If Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, then why did it fall off? Random thoughts. The last one will 100% leave you questioning life. When using an ATM, you are basically just buying your own money. The opposite of Microsoft Office is macro hard on fire. Did you get it? At one point in your life, you were exactly pi years old. Is it possible to die in a living room? Comment, I just ate. And your autocorrect will know what you ate last. Can you daydream at night? Why do they call them apartments if they are built together? If oranges are called oranges, then why are lemons not called yellows? Someone dreamt about you last night and you have no idea.
Wait a minute.
Who closes the bus door after the bus driver gets off? Our whole life we are gathering guests that will attend our funeral. Crazy shower thoughts that will shatter your mind. You drink coffee in the morning to stay awake, but if you drink it in the evening, it's to relax. Why do we use the same thing to stay awake and wind down? Your age is just the number of times you've orbited the sun. If you're waiting for the waiter, doesn't that make you the waiter? Why do we call it free time when we're actually paying for it with hours of our life? When you clean a vacuum cleaner, you become a vacuum cleaner. When you're waiting for something exciting, time seems to drag, but once it happens, it's over in a blink. Every book you've ever read is just a remix of the same 26 letters. We live on a planet where 70% of the surface is water, but we still call it Earth. Study shows you get smarter every day if you subscribe.
Almost every hand you've ever shaken has had a PP in it. Shower thoughts that will make you laugh or melt your brain. Only the smartest people understand the last one. Cemeteries would be way more interesting if they put the cause of death on the headstone. Lawyers hope you get sued. Doctors hope you get sick. Cops hope you're a criminal. Mechanics hope you have car trouble. But only a thief wishes prosperity for you. Do not try this one. When you say forward or back, your lips move in those directions. Your dog doesn't know you can make mistakes. When you trip over him in the dark, he thinks you got up just to kick him in the head. Don't you agree humans' battery life is terrible? They need 8 hours of charging for 16 hours of use. Now the last one, only the smartest people will understand this, so pay attention and subscribe if you do. Someone who says, "I'll be there in 6 minutes," will normally arrive before someone who says, "I will be there in 5 minutes."
Ever notice how the word bed actually looks like a bed? Shower thoughts that will blow your mind. The last one made me question reality. Why do we call them apartments when they are stuck together? You actually share the same name with 20 million people. Comment your name and see how many people share the same name as you. Right now, someone is hearing your favorite song for the first time. If time is money, are ATMs time machines? The average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red lights to turn green. What if water tastes really bad, but we just get used to it as babies? If you rip a hole in a net, there are fewer holes than before. Sneezing with your eyes open is nearly impossible. Do you think trees find it really annoying when dogs pee on them but they just can't say anything? What would happen if Pinocchio said, "My nose will grow now"? Fun fact, it is impossible to like this video. Never eat breakfast again. Random facts. Ice pops were accidentally invented by an 11-year-old in 1905. Before we had toilet paper, Americans used corn cobs. Disgusting. Send me a $2 super thanks and you will make me a millionaire by tomorrow. While sleeping, you will swallow 70 types of insects during your life. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. A shrimp's heart is actually in its head. You are more creative in the shower because warm water increases the flow of dopamine in your brain. Nutmeg is a hallucinogen. The Spanish national anthem has no words. Ketchup used to be sold as medicine. IKEA rugs were used as cloaks in Game of Thrones. Fruit Loops are all the same flavor. The colors make no difference. McDonald's serves spaghetti in the Philippines. Subscribe to become smarter. Lobsters talk to each other by peeing. Random facts you didn't know. Oranges aren't a naturally occurring fruit, and they were originally green. 1,700 people become millionaires every day in the U.S., yet you're still broke. Stop signs used to be yellow because red ink faded too quickly. New York was briefly named New Orange in 1673 when the Dutch captured New York. Blue-eyed people have higher alcohol tolerance than any other eye color. New Zealand was once auctioned on eBay. The Australian who tried selling it reached $3,000 before eBay blocked the auction. Before the last mind-blowing fact, subscribe to get smarter. People in your dreams are real people. Even if you don't recognize them, you have seen them before. Never eat people. Crazy laws you never knew. You will be fined if you are overweight in Japan. In Idaho, you will go to prison for 14 years if you eat a person. It's illegal to chew gum in Singapore. Winnie the Pooh t-shirts are banned in Poland because Pooh has no pants. It's illegal to build a sandcastle in Spain. In parts of Italy, if you don't clean your dog's poo, the dog's DNA is used to find and fine you. Climbing trees is against the law in Toronto. It's illegal to fly a kite in Victoria, Australia, and Buenos Aires, Argentina. In Turin, Italy, you must walk your dog 3 times a day or get fined 500 euros. Throwing octopuses is illegal in the state of Michigan. YouTube will fine you $1,000 if you don't like and subscribe. Anyway, you should. Do you have nibblings? Facts that sound fake but are fact-checked and totally true. A woman in Russia gave birth to 69 kids. That's 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. The inventor of Pringles was buried in a Pringles can, and the inventor of the Frisbee was turned into a Frisbee. Ladybugs play dead and bleed from their knees when threatened. There is an outer space treaty that prohibits any country from owning the moon. The name for a collective group of rhinoceroses is called a crash. In feudal Japan, homes were purposely built with squeaky floors as a defensive measure against ninjas. There is a person who wants to be more than your friend. She is the 3rd person who appears when you click on the green icon and go to the More option. The scientific term for brain freeze is sphenopalatine ganglion neuralgia. You can become smarter every day by subscribing.
Silence is the only thing that has no opposite shower thoughts to blow your mind. I bet you didn't know. Don't forget to comment if you think you're smart. The past only exists because you remember it. You're always in the middle of your life, never the start or end. Mirrors don't reverse you. They show you from another perspective. You can't feel your organs, but they're working non-stop. Every now instantly becomes the past. Your thoughts have no sound, yet you can hear them. This is best channel you will ever find. Don't forget to subscribe. The universe might be remembering itself through you. Dreams feel real until you question them, just like reality. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. You've never touched anything, only felt forces. Your future self is watching your memories right now. Time moves forward, but understanding moves backward. You're older than you've ever been, and younger than you'll ever be. Your mind creates color. It doesn't exist outside perception. You live inside a brain that you've never seen. Every stranger has a life as complex as yours. Comment your answer below if you think you're smarter than me. You're the main character in your story, and an extra in everyone else's. If you don't subscribe, you might never see this channel again. You've already survived 100% of your worst days. The word forever is just time we can't measure. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. You trust your brain, even though it can trick you. You don't hear silence. You notice the absence of sound. Gravity is invisible but controls everything. You're constantly aging, but you can't feel it happening. You've never experienced nothing. Your personality is shaped by things you don't remember. Thoughts appear. You don't manually create them. Your name is just a sound you respond to. The present moment is the only place you've ever lived. You can imagine colors that don't exist, but can't see them. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. This might be last time you see this channel. Your memories are edited versions of reality. You're made of atoms that were once part of stars. Every decision creates a version of you that didn't happen. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. The last one will leave you laughing at yourself. You can't tickle yourself because your brain predicts it. You exist because of an unbroken chain of survival. You're the result of billions of years of trial and error. You've never seen darkness, only the absence of light. Time feels faster as you get older because it's relative. Your heartbeat is something you don't have to remember to do. The future is just a concept until it becomes now. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your brain. Every sound you hear is already in the past. You're constantly shedding parts of yourself. Literally leave a comment below to prove you are smart than others. You can't remember the moment you fell asleep. Your thoughts are private unless you turn them into words. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. You exist in a tiny slice of time. Compared to the universe, your brain fills in gaps you don't notice. You're always slightly out of sync with reality. You can't experience the exact same moment twice. Every breath connects you to the entire planet's air. You're both the observer and the experience. Your body replaces most of its cells over time. You're a collection of habits pretending to be a person. Reality is filtered through your senses. You don't control most of what keeps you alive. The idea of you is constantly changing. You can't step outside your own perspective. Comment your answer below if you think you got what it takes. Let's see how many you will get. Your brain believes what it repeats often enough. You're always one thought away from a different mood shower. Thoughts to blow your mind away. You've never met anyone exactly like you. Every language is a different way of seeing reality. You experience time, but can't stop it. You're shaped by moments you barely noticed. The concept of normal is just a shared agreement. You can imagine impossible things but live in limits. Your senses don't show reality. They interpret it. You're a story. Your brain keeps telling itself. Every memory is slightly rewritten each time you recall it. You're both fragile and incredibly resilient. You exist between what was and what will be. You can't feel time passing, only its effects. Comment and subscribe. This might be last time you come across this channel. Your thoughts can travel faster than anything physical. You're aware of your awareness. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. Every ending creates space for a beginning. You can't prove reality isn't a dream. You're constantly becoming someone new. You don't notice your own existence until you think about it. Your brain can simulate entire worlds while you sleep. You're both predictable and completely unpredictable. Then you can't remember everything, but something remembers you. Every second is a memory in progress. You're always moving through space, even when still. Your identity exists mostly in your mind. You experience life from one point, but exist in many. The universe doesn't need meaning. You create it. You're living in what someone else once imagined as the future. You can't hear your own voice the way others do. You trust your senses, even though they can be fooled. You're both temporary and part of something permanent. Every impossible was once just unknown. You're always leaving a version of yourself behind. Your existence is statistically unbelievable. You're thinking thoughts no one else has ever thought. You're experiencing a moment that will never repeat. Leave a comment below if you think you're a genius. You're alive at the same time as billions of others, but only feel your own life.
Every person you meet knows something you don't, no matter who you are. Shower thoughts I bet you didn't know exist. The last one will track your mind. Humans are the only species that can be embarrassed. Even when alone, our personality is partly just a survival strategy you built as a child. We spend years learning how to talk, then the rest of life learning what not to say. Your normal is completely different from someone else's normal. Comment your answer below if you think you smart. You are both the main character in your story and a background character in someone else's.
Curiosities that may terrify you. If I had friends, they probably couldn't answer the last question. If we learn and improve from our mistakes, why are we so afraid to make mistakes? If you punch yourself and it hurts, are you weak or are you strong? Are we living or slowly dying? Where does a thought go when it's forgotten? Do twins ever realize that one of them is unplanned? The word swims upside down is still swims. Why isn't a fireman called a waterman? If Cinderella's shoe fit her perfectly, then why did it fall off? Do dentists go to other dentists? Or do they treat their own dental care problems? Maybe oxygen is slowly killing you and it just takes 75 to 100 years to fully work. Before I ask you the last question, like and subscribe so you can receive the best news soon. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? The answer is in the pinned comment.
Isn't it sad how being a taxi driver is more dangerous than being a pilot? Shower thoughts. People aren't afraid to fly. They're afraid to land. Someone remembers something you said and you don't. Cereal is dog food for humans. Most humans in the Stone Age didn't live long enough to see someone old enough to have wrinkles. Cats make you into servants, but dogs add you to their pack. In your dreams, you are laughing at your own jokes. Spider-Man can only web swing in cities with skyscrapers. There's not really a friendly way to lock a door behind someone. Social media will let you watch someone's life evolve in front of your eyes without you knowing them. The sun has orbited the Milky Way only 20 times. The more you enjoy life, the shorter it feels. Somewhere in the world lies a rock that's never been touched by a living creature. So after subscribing, tell me.
Tupac's rap group smoked his ashes after the singer's death to honor one of his final wishes. Bizarre final wishes that will shock you. The last man to be executed by firing squad in the USA asked for a bulletproof vest as his last wish. A London man who worked as a vintage gun expert had a last wish to be cremated and loaded into shotgun shells. American billionaire Leona Helmsley left the majority of her $8 billion fortune to a charitable trust for dogs and a $12 million chunk to her dog. Canadian millionaire Charles Miller, in his last will, promised his entire fortune to whichever woman produced the most babies in the 10 years following his death. It was split between 4 women who each had 9 children. Luis Carlos was a wealthy Portuguese who randomly picked 70 names from a Lisbon phone book for his last will, and they all received thousands of euros. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. 4 a.m. is extremely late, but 5 a.m. is extremely early. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. If you gave $20 to someone and never got it back, you basically paid $20 to learn a valuable lesson. The best liar you know is not the best liar you know. During a nuclear explosion, there is a certain distance of the radius where all the frozen supermarket pizzas are cooked to perfection. Having a toddler in their why phase makes you realize how much you know and don't know about things. Leonardo DiCaprio is wealthier than the man he played in Wolf of Wall Street. Nobody cares if their deodorant is 24 hours or 48 hours, as they are still going to apply it once a day. Having a lot of old cars on your property is classy if you're rich, but trashy if you're poor. Hospitals are the only places that have an emergency entrance and emergency exits. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. A light touch during conversation can double your chances of getting a date because it can convey a subliminal feeling of care and connection, leading to more successful social interactions. Psychological tricks to blow people's mind. Graphology says that people whose handwriting slants to the right are friendly or social and impulsive, but if you swagger to the left, you're more restrained and tend to enjoy alone time. Also, if your handwriting stands up straight with no direction, means you are ruled by logic. The illusions of memory is where our memories can feel vivid and real, but they may be incorrect because we remember events differently from other people. People tend to like others more if they subtly mimic them. So waitresses who repeat customers' orders back to them often receive larger tips due to this mirroring effect. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. A school suspending someone for having too many absent days is punishing someone for staying home with more home time. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. Thousands of Rubik's Cubes have never been solved and never will be. We use video games to escape the tedious tasks of life by making fictional tedious tasks. When alarms go off, they're actually turning on. The only reason Luigi is believed to be weaker than Mario is because he's always player 2, and player 2 has traditionally been our younger siblings. Dogs are so loyal to their human that if they could use a computer, they would have their owner as their desktop background. We eat pizza from the center outwards. Maybe superheroes wear capes to hide the zipper on the back of their onesie. Someone decided that genies grant 3 wishes, and everyone just agreed. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. Many people experience the sensation of their phone vibrating in their pocket when it's not, and that is known as phantom vibrations. Psychological tricks you didn't know. Offer someone a choice instead of a command. This gives the person a sense of control, hence producing a higher chance of a better outcome. A brain region called the amygdala enables us to read facial expressions, and this helps us read clues as to how people are feeling. When a person's self-esteem is threatened, he or she immediately begins to lie at higher levels. To avoid workplace or school drama and be liked, just compliment people behind their back. It takes 21 days to build a habit, but it takes 90 days to make a lifestyle. The people who fuss over small errors or strongly react to small problems are usually lonely and unloved. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. Write a note blaming someone you hate for your death and keep it in your wallet at all times. Unethical hacks you should never use. Learn how to read Braille, create a cheat sheet for a test, and put it in your hoodie pocket. You can feel the answers with your fingers without looking away from your test. If you want people to stop letting their dogs on your lawn, don't put up a no dogs allowed sign, but put up a lawn recently treated with toxic pesticides sign. When you book a restaurant, flight ticket, or hotel room, always use the title doctor, and you will get much better treatment. If you have an online membership, click to cancel your subscription, and they'll probably offer you a big discount. Email giant companies with some complaints about their product, and many will just throw replacements or high-value coupons at you. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. Snipers and surgeons need steady hands for the opposite reasons. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. Maybe the first person to get a wish that magic never existed. Cars should have sorry lights you can activate when you do something stupid. Nowadays, it is almost rude to ask a question instead of Googling it first. There should be a font for sarcasm. People are so amazed by the fact that every snowflake is different, but nobody cares that every potato is unique. Everyone wonders what happens after death, yet no one wonders what happened before birth. When you're a kid, you don't realize you're also watching your mom and dad grow up. If elevators hadn't been invented, all the CEOs and important people would have their offices on the first floor as a sign of status. If you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe. The only part of your reflection you can lick is your tongue. Shower thoughts to mess with your head. Girls fall in love with what they hear, and guys fall in love with what they see. That's why girls wear makeup and guys lie. There is a never-ending waterfall of poop hidden in every skyscraper. At the age of 60, Snoop Dogg will be 420 years old in dog years. The asteroid that ended the dinosaurs technically killed millions of birds with one stone. The reason dogs love squeaky toys is because it sounds like tiny animals dying. The longer you don't pee, the longer you pee. When you clean a vacuum cleaner, you become a vacuum cleaner. A bus 10 minutes early is much more worse than a bus 10 minutes late. Almost everybody on planet Earth is undefeated in professional boxing. Children think adults have all the freedom, and adults think children have all the freedom. If all of you subscribed instantly, I would have more subscribers.
Average person spends 240 days of their life pooping. That's 2/3 of a year passing stool. Shower thoughts that will make you laugh or melt your brain. Are you smart enough to understand the last one? The tree that will produce your coffin's wood has already been planted. Spelling murder for a jar of red rum backwards is still murder for a jar of red rum. Would anyone notice if Darth Vader had a nap during meetings? You've known your parents your whole life, but they have only known you for half of theirs. Can you answer this question? Lose me once, I'll come back stronger. Lose me twice, I'll leave forever. What am I? The perfect robot is almost a human, while the perfect human is almost a robot. You can measure how close you are to a friend by how clean your house needs to be before they come over. You will poop your pants laughing if you are smart enough to understand this last one. Subscribe if you do. They all laughed when I said I wanted to be a comedian. Well, they're not laughing now.
Water can boil you to death, freeze you to death, and drown you. And yet you need water to survive. Shower thoughts that will snap your mind in half. The last question no one knows how to answer. Why is there a D in fridge, but not in refrigerator? Your fingers have fingertips, but your toes don't have toe tips. And yet you can tiptoe, but you cannot tip finger. How can you replicate the feeling of falling from high altitudes in a nightmare if you've never fallen like that before? The more you light your lighter, the lighter it gets, until it's too light to light. What if every country has its ninjas? But we only know about the Japanese ones because they're the worst at being ninjas. If your brain is already melting, wait until you hear this last question that nobody knows how to answer. If one teacher cannot teach all subjects, why is one student expected to study all subjects? If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. Random curiosities you need to know. I doubt you will answer the last question. Worms can have between 0 to 10 hearts. Breathing through your mouth while sleeping increases your risk of getting cavities. Intelligent people often struggle to find a partner. You can stare at yourself in the mirror for a long time, but you will never see yourself blinking. Antarctica is the continent with the strongest wind records, as it can reach speeds of up to 200 miles an hour. The shortest complete sentence in the English language is, I am. Believe it or not, Australia is actually wider than the moon. If you write, I love, and let your autocorrect finish, it will give you the thing you love the most. Teeth are the only part of the human body that cannot heal themselves. Before revealing the last mind-blowing question, subscribe for good luck this week. If you could have any superhero superpower for 24 hours, which power would you pick? Sloths poop once a week and come off the tree to do so. They do a poop dance around the tree, wiggling their butts while doing it. Wholesome and incredible animal facts. A blue whale's heart is about 5 feet long and weighs 400 pounds. Its heartbeat can be heard from over 2 miles away. Polar bears have black skin underneath their fur that helps them absorb more heat to stay warm in the Arctic. Butterflies have taste buds on their feet that they can identify plants with. Reindeer eyeballs are brown in summer but turn blue in winter to help them see at lower light levels. Wombat poop is cube-shaped because of their intestine elasticity. Sharks only kill about 10 people each year, but humans kill 100 million sharks every year. Don't you think they should be more afraid of us than we are of them? An extinct penguin species. The Colossus penguin used to be as tall as LeBron James, nearly 7 feet. You can get smarter every day by subscribing. If you made $5,000 every single day since Columbus discovered America in 1492, you would still have less money than Jeff Bezos makes in a week. Facts that sound fake, but are 100% true. The last day that all humans lived on Earth together was November 2nd, 2000. Since then, there has always been someone living in the International Space Station. Coca-Cola is the second most recognized English word in the world after okay. The band Blink-182 incorporated under the name Poo Poo Butt, LLC, because of how funny it would be to have their accountants, managers, and attorneys having to say that over the phone every day. Dogs can tell time by smell. They can smell different times of the day and how long their owner has been gone by how much their smell has dissipated since they left. You can learn and become the most interesting person in the room by subscribing to me. If you fart consistently for 6 years and 9 months, enough gas is produced to create the energy of an atomic bomb. Facts that sound fake, but are fact-checked and totally true. Surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors. If you folded a piece of paper 42 times, it would be thick enough to reach the moon. The oldest living shark is 392 years old, which makes him older than the United States. Would you believe there was a short period of time when Picasso and Snoop Dogg were both alive at the same time? The spiked dog collar was invented by the ancient Greeks to protect their dogs from wolf attacks. Butterflies and moths can drink blood and tears in order to get nutrients. There's a huge difference between 1 million and 1 billion. One way to visualize it is, 1 million seconds is over 11 days. 1 billion seconds is just under 32 years. You can become smarter every day by subscribing. Go to bed. You'll feel better in the morning is the human version of, did you turn it off and turn it back on again? Shower thoughts that will make you laugh or melt your brain. Only the smartest people understand the last one. If money doesn't grow on trees, why do banks have branches? We have to teach computers to old people who grew up only using pencil and paper, and also to young people who grew up only using phones and tablets. The internet both almost killed off the postal service with email and then made it more needed than ever with online delivery. Being a real grown-up isn't cooking a fancy dinner, it's having a clean kitchen when you go to bed after cooking a fancy dinner. The night before a day off is more satisfying than the actual day off. Just like going on vacation is always the storm before the calm. Now the last one, only the smartest people will understand this, so pay attention and subscribe if you do. Monopoly would be more realistic if the person with the most money got to change the rules whenever they like. You can call 911 and pretend to place an order for a pizza delivery if you are in danger, but cannot talk to them freely. Survival tips that can save your life in an emergency. If someone is having a heart attack, have them chew an aspirin while waiting for the ambulance. If you overdosed on illegal substances, don't be afraid to call 911. You will not get in trouble. If someone attacks you or tries to kidnap you, scratch them. They will have their DNA under your nails. Remember the rule of threes if you're lost in the wilderness. You can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter in severe weather, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and 3 months without a large pepperoni pizza. If someone holds a gun at you, keep eye contact with them. Looking in their eyes can make them hesitate pulling the trigger. If you smell a fish or urine in your house for no reason, 90% of the time, it means there's an electrical fire, but 10% of the time, it's your stinky flatmate that didn't shower. If you're outside in a lightning storm and your hair starts floating, seek immediate shelter. You're about to be struck by lightning. Survival tips that can save your life in an emergency. If you somehow find yourself so deep in a body of water that you can't tell which way is up, blow bubbles and follow them up. Vomiting can make a potential rapist leave you alone. If nothing else works, put your finger down your throat. If someone looks drunk without having alcohol, ask them to smile. If their smile is drooping, they're having a stroke. If you need heat or light, burn a crayon. It will last up to 14 minutes. In the woods, with nothing to eat, dandelions, the yellow ones, are fully edible. If you are ever being chased by a polar bear, get completely naked and drop your clothes on the ground as you run away. Polar bears have really bad ADHD and will firmly inspect your clothes before chasing you again. Never do this before bed. Mosquitoes can smell your blood type and are twice as likely to bite you if you are type 0 as opposed to type A. Random facts you need to know. I bet you can't believe the last one. If you were to have a bone marrow transplant and be involved in a crime, you might leave the DNA of your donor. Believe it or not, minus 40 degrees Celsius is the same thing as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. There are more castles in Germany than there are McDonald's in the United States. Kangaroos have 3 vaginas, and the third one only forms during pregnancy. Alaska is the northernmost, westernmost, and the easternmost state in the United States. The syringe emoji is the emoji that has seen the most usage in the past few years. The funny bone in your elbow is not even a bone, it's a nerve. Antarctica is the continent with the strongest wind records as it can reach speeds of up to 200 mph. Children who breathe through their mouth are at higher risk of developing a lisp. If olive oil is made of olives and sunflower oil is made of sunflowers, then what is baby oil made of? Shower thoughts that will make you laugh or melt your brain. Only the smartest people understand the last one. If you can touch your door while pooping, you're probably not rich. If James Bond is the most famous spy, doesn't that also make him the worst spy? Melting ice cubes swim in their own blood. Anxiety is like when video game combat music is playing, but you can't find any enemies. Babysitters are teenagers that behave like grown-ups, so that grown-ups can go out and behave like teenagers. We don't keep checking the fridge to see if we can find new food. We check to see if our standards have dropped enough since last time we opened it. If you kill a murderer, the number of murderers in the world doesn't decrease. Now the last one, only the smartest people will understand this, so pay attention and subscribe if you do. Baby Yoda's first word probably came after his second word. Crying rituals in history. Every single woman had to cry 1 hour every day for 30 days before their marriage, and she would not do this alone. The mother had to join her for 3 weeks, the grandmother for 2 weeks, and finally aunts and sisters for 1 week. It was a necessary display of affection for her family. Weird and bizarre history facts.
Girls generally develop language skills earlier, while boys tend to develop spatial awareness faster. Girls can often read emotions just by tone or facial expression, while boys are more likely to focus on actions over subtle cues. Boys usually take more physical risks, but girls take more social risks. Girls' brains are wired to connect both hemispheres more, while boys often process things in more isolated sections. Boys might forget what you said, but remember how something works, while girls remember exactly what was said and how it felt. Girls tend to handle multitasking better, while boys often focus deeply on one thing at a time. But here's the twist. None of this is a rule, just patterns. So if you think you fully understand both sides, like this video, and if you think you can explain it better than me, drop your thoughts in the comments and let's see who's actually smarter. Julius Caesar was once kidnapped by pirates and joked he'd return to crucify them, then actually did. Leonardo da Vinci could write with one hand and draw with the other at the same time. World War I Christmas. Truce had enemy soldiers playing football together in the middle of war. There was a real dancing plague during the Dancing Plague of 1518, where people literally couldn't stop dancing for days. Tsutomu Yamaguchi survived both atomic bombings. Iceland once had a law allowing the killing of a certain group of foreigners that technically stayed on the books for centuries. And Fidel Castro, reportedly, survived hundreds of assassination attempts. History sounds like fiction, but it's all real. Now, if even one of these facts made you pause, like this video, and if you think you've got even crazier history facts, drop them in the comments and prove you're smarter than me. History isn't just dates. It's full of things that sound fake but aren't. Cleopatra VII lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than to the building of the pyramids. Oxford University founding was already teaching students before the Aztec Empire even existed. Woolly mammoths were still alive when the pyramids were being built. The shortest war in history lasted only 38 minutes during the Anglo-Zanzibar War. Napoleon Bonaparte was once attacked by a swarm of rabbits. There was a time when Alaska was sold for less than what a modern city apartment costs. Albert Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel and turned it down. And the Great Fire of London destroyed most of the city, but officially only recorded a handful of deaths. History sounds made up, but it actually happened. Now, if even one of these facts blew your mind, like this video, and if you think you know crazier facts than me, drop them in the comments and let's see who really knows history. You've never actually seen your real face, only reflections, yet you trust it completely. Shower thoughts to blow your mind. The voice in your head isn't your real voice, but it's the one you listen to the most. Somewhere out there, someone remembers you, and you have no idea who they are. You might just be a background character in someone else's life while feeling like the main character in yours. The Earth is spinning at over 1,600 kilometers per hour right now, and you feel nothing. But one awkward moment can ruin your whole day. Your future self is watching this moment as a memory you haven't lived yet. Dreams feel real while you're in them, so what proves this isn't one? And if your brain named itself, who actually decided that? Now be honest, if you really understood all of that, like this video, and if you think you're smarter than me, go ahead and prove it in the comments.